change that t-shirt if I only had a sewing machine. So we literally today have the very best, what we like to refer to as the gateway into sewing from Singer. And it's a brand new model we've never had on the air before. Last year we did a Great Today's special on a gateway model, kind of introducing you to sewing. And it had fewer features, less stitches, and was $30 more. So we've really outdone ourselves with the team of Singer. You have 100 stitches, the most ever. You get great accuracy on this as well because it's an electric machine. It's easy, easy, easy. So even if you've never sewn before and you're like, hey, I am looking for a machine, or by the time we're done, you're going, you know what? I really do want to do those projects. This is the machine for you. Now, let me show you the rest of the story because it's absolutely impressive. Not only do we have the most stitches ever in an electronic machine, you're also getting the extension table. Usually we sell that in addition to a machine. That's included in our exclusive bundle. Then we get to these guys right here, and this is incredible. With this configuration only, you're getting the most feet we've ever done. So when you start sewing with this, and then you want to progress and get more creative and try new things as you get better, you've got all the feet to be able to absolutely explode your creativity. So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to go through them really fast, and then Darlene Cahill's going to walk you through what makes this machine so spectacular. Right there, starting right there, is called the straight stitch. That's the classic. We have the zipper, the overcasting, the gathering foot, the satin stitch foot, the general purpose foot, the darning embroidery, the rolled hem foot. This is the cut hem foot, which is really like a little teeny mini serger. This is your buttonholer. Your blind hem foot is included with this as well. Then we go up here. You get the cording. You get the zipper piping foot. The Chanel foot. Make your own Chanel. It's fabulous. The fringe foot. You get the adjustable seam guide. This is a flower stitch foot that will blow you away. It's absolutely adorable. This is the even feed walking foot for all those slick things. Or if you're doing quilting, it's brilliant. You get the roller foot, the beading foot, the invisible zipper foot, the open toe foot. You can't even see this guy down here. The non-stick foot is right there for all your vinyls. You will also get the special shank, you get the button sewing foot, and the parallel sewing foot as well. Quilters, you love that. That makes it accurate. Now you also get a dust cover. You get more feet than we've ever done before, and here's just a really quick look at this incredible value. You would spend $656 to match what we're doing for today only. We also have free shipping, yay, we love that, and 5 flex pays. What's flex? It's easy. Any major credit card and PayPal, you can spread your payments out over 5 months. So that's the whole deal. We've never done anything quite so impressive before, and again, this is your chance to get that gateway machine that really gets you into sewing, and I mean in a very big and impressive way. All right, let's check in with Darlene Cahill. She is our sewing expert, a master seamstress. She also has been on national television. She's an author, and she's all around pretty darn fabulous when it comes to creating things.
Oh, well, thank you, Suzanne. I am so excited to be here because Singer has brought you the inspiration you need to get the look that you want, and we have so much in store for you. In the next few minutes, I'm going to demonstrate 12 of the 24 bonus feet that you'll be receiving with this. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do is you turn the hand wheel until the needle is all the way up and lift the presser foot, then turn on the machine, because watch what happens to that needle when you turn on the machine. Do you see it adjust itself? Do you see it do a little jig? You don't want it to do that little dance when it's down inside that needle plate. So the first thing you do is lift it up. Then you might want to try one of the 24 different feet. Isn't it nice that they're all snap-on, snap-off? Most of them are. And then you might want to try a stitch. So let me show you how simple it is now that we have that ready to go. I'll show you how easy it is to program. Those 100 different stitch patterns. Everything you need to know is right here on this graphics. All the stitches. 13 different auto-sized one-step style buttonholes. I'm going to show that in just a few minutes. Look at all of those satin stitches. Here's how it works. You have your tens column. You have your ones column. It's that simple. So if I want stitch number 54, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm there. Now the sideways arrows are for the stitch width. That makes sense. And it's at 7.0. I want to keep it there. And the length is for the stitch length. And I want to go to 0.3. Now watch what happens. Let's practice with the different stitches. And when you first get your machine, you might just want to do that. You might want to take it for a test drive, test out the stitches, see how it operates. And one of the things you'll notice is it will start slow. And then you can use the speed control, one of the electronic built-in features, to speed it up as you gain confidence. Do you hear it, Rory? Now it's really going to town. So you can get to know your machine on this first date by trying out the stitches and seeing that LED light illuminate the area, using this table for the ergonomic sewing experience so that you don't have to worry about your shoulders getting in a knot.
Plus, you're not fighting your material. And you know what? The addition of that extension table really is really wonderful, because you'll find, especially when you're a beginner, you're kind of wrestling the material and it's kind of everywhere, and you're not comfortable dealing with a lot of fabric. With that extension table, it spreads it out, so you've got a nice flat surface to work on, and it really helps you guide it more evenly. Now, she's just beginning the presentation. There is a lot to show you in this machine, but just remember, and this is so vital, that we're doing this one day only. This is not available in retail. It has more stitches than we've ever done and more feet than we've ever done. I'll tell you, just the feet alone is like $350 some. If you just bought it to get all the universal feet to go with your old machine, it would be worth it, and then give somebody else the machine itself, just for the feet value alone. And all of that you can only get today and only here on HSN. Now, we love the fact that we have this gateway machine. Intro, really a great machine.
Yes.
And yet, look at all the crazy stuff it can do.
I know, and when you look at this, a new sewer might be overwhelmed. It's kind of like when you go to a candy store and you know you want to try one of everything and you can't do it all at once, but that's okay. Nice to know that these are all available to you at the touch of a button whenever you're ready to embark on that new journey and try that new stitch and accomplish that new project and to make your own sewing dreams come true. You have everything you need right here to do that. Now, we're going to move on to the next machine because we have so much to show you in the next few minutes. It's crazy. This is one of the 24 feet called the fringe foot. So we did the parallel foot, and now this is the fringe foot. It has a metal bar in the center of the foot, and that needle, I'm going to slow this down so you can see the needle go side to side, and as it side sweeps, it pulls the thread over the bar. It doesn't allow it to lay flat, as it would be a satin stitch, but instead, it's a fringe, and it makes this three-dimensional, look in the back here, it makes a three-dimensional fuzzy. Now, you can cut that and make eyelashes, or you can leave it round, and I would like to invite you to hsn.com if you would like to see how to make these covers for the beverages to keep the bugs out at your outdoor entertaining. And I put the fringe around the edge just as kind of a bohemian party look, and then put some beads on it. Anyway, directions for that are on hsn.com, and I invite you to go on there
and think about this for bowl covers. How many of you think, oh, yeah, I want summer bowl covers to keep all the flies off my potato salad? Make them yourself for pennies. And look how cute this is. And again, it takes up no room, like the big bowl covers, because that's the hot thing now, are these bowl covers, but they're bulky and they take up a ton of room. You know, they're just everywhere, you know? Look, make them yourself, and we're talking pennies, but you can do it on this machine. This is actually a very easy project.
It is. It's very easy. That's why I included it. You can do that if you're a beginner. I wanted to show you this little guy. This is called a skate key, and this is it takes the place of your screwdriver, and you're going to love that, because if you're ever taking off your needle plate, which you will do to clean your machine periodically, and you're trying to do it with a screwdriver, guess what, folks? The screwdriver is going to be in the way, but with the skate key, you can easily get the throat plate off, and you can easily get the presser feet to change out. So I wanted you to know what that was when you see it in your kit. Now, moving on to the flower foot. This is one of my favorite feet because it makes amazing feminine flirty flowers, and you will love how this works. Now, I have it on a zigzag, simple enough. Foot is down, there's rubber underneath the foot, and it grabs the fabric. You'll want to make sure you stabilize the material. I also dropped the feed dog. The feed dog normally would be pulling against this and pulling the fabric through, but now the foot has its way because the feed dog has been disengaged. And there you see a circle, which could be interpreted as a flower, and there are so many different stitches that you can use for that. And by the way, this decorative stitching here was done with the cording foot, because there's a three-way cording foot where you put 3 strands of cord, and then with the domino stitch going over it, that's what that looks like. So here you can see how using different feet are going to give you those desires and those results that you want. Now let's take a look on the set of what you can create. Look at this. That flower foot did the trim on this, and that cording foot did the other trim. And when you put it all together, wow.
It looks like a custom-made fabric. I mean, that's exactly what it looks like. And this machine, at what, a flex pay of $50 some does all that. I know Darlene's an expert sewer, and sometimes if you're brand new, you're like, what's 3-cord? What does that mean? I don't get it. Don't worry about it. Because number one, Singer has some of the most impressive customer service anywhere.
Yes.
They will call and they will help you. Number two, there's tons of YouTube videos to help you out, and Darlene has done a wonderful job of adding a lot of great videos so you can learn and watch on hsn.com with Darlene, and she'll teach you a lot of this. So I know we're moving kind of quick. I know there's a lot of what looks like advanced techniques, but this very inexpensive machine for electronic machine, 100 stitches, more feet than we've ever done. In fact, the feet are worth $358 by themselves. You're getting, and you can do all this. So beginners, jump in. Because what will happen is as you grow, you have all the feet to do all the crazy great stuff she's showing you. Much of it is very easy. You just have to have the right machine and the right foot to do it, and you get all that in this system. So this is such an exciting night. This is about you empowering yourself. How often has it been, Darlene, and I'll be on Pinterest and I'll see the cutest darn idea and I go, thank goodness I have my singers because I can run out and do them. And again, I never, and Darlene knows this, I'm not a good sewer, I'm an okay seamstress. I'm certainly not advanced. I don't do a lot of fancy stuff, but I'll tell you what, when I do want to sew, I am thrilled to have my singers there because of hemming the pants or doing the projects or making a pillow or doing some different design, or maybe it's a little simple gift idea, maybe it's something a little, in fact, I'm getting ready to build a t-shirt quilt with my Singer machines for my son's graduation from high school. And I'm so happy. You become so enthusiastic and really empowered, and it's fun. And you get down and go, oh, I did this. You know, you use a certain pride about it.
It gives you a giddiness inside.
It really does.
That sense of accomplishment, learning something new.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about two things. I know you're doing buttonholes, which is great.
Yes.
But this is simple to thread, simple also for the tension, which I always screw up on machines is the tension.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. It has electronically controlled tension, and here's the good news. It says auto, and right here where it says auto, that's pretty much where you're going to keep it most of the time.
It's great.
Right in the little gray auto zone. So you'll enjoy that. And as far as the threading, it takes 6 seconds. It's straight down. This is called the Swift Smart Threading System. And make sure your presser foot is in the up position, and then you're good to go.
And also, too, it's auto thread as well. Like you just put it down and it pops it through, right? You're not going to be down there trying to lick the end of the thread and go,
yes,
and try to stick it in that little hole.
Correct.
That's in there as well. So everything that could be complicated or annoying about other machines or old machines has been really answered in this machine.
Right. So if you ever used to sew on an old mechanical and maybe you got frustrated, forget that. This is a new day. It's a new machine. It's a whole new world with Singer. Now I'm going to stitch number 6, which is a zigzag. I'm going to move the hand wheel on this side sweep to make sure that the width is appropriate for the holes or the little eyes on my button. The little blue rubber toes are holding. Let me go to 0 here on the stitch length. We don't want that going anywhere. And we want to make sure that the eyes of the button are the same width that I have selected here. I'm going to go down to 4.5. I think that's going to be a better fit. There it goes. So you make sure it's set and then let it rip. And this is going to sew the button on for you.
Isn't that great? And that little foot holds it in place.
Yeah, the foot holds it. I don't know why I'm holding it. I don't need to. Over control. Control freak. Yeah, control freak. So there you see the buttonhole and the button, and you'll see this on the, you can make yourself beautiful fashions, like this skirt that you see on the set.
There's so many great.
So we have,
by the way, everything that you see on the set, because there's lots of things out here, we're all done on this machine. How remarkable is that? So we're talking about clothing. You'll see some great picnic ideas, home decor, fashions, bags, clever projects that you want to do. Just everything. I mean, we've got doll baby clothes, and we've got mommy and doll and kid outfits that match. I mean, everything that you see here has been designed using this machine. And so while you have this really fantastic price, remember, it starts as the gateway. This is your entrance to getting a beautiful machine to be able to start to sew. But as you grow, you've got the tools and especially that impressive amount of feet included with this one specifically. And this is not available anywhere else. It will never be available at retail in our configuration. I will guarantee you that. And when it gets to retail, you saw the screen, what was it? Almost $300 and some just for the machine.
So I'm back tacking, and I'm using the blind hem foot to put on a pocket, because the blind hem guide there keeps the pocket edge exactly in place. So if you're worried about not being able to sew a straight line or stay a certain amount away from a seam, you want it to be nice and even, you can do that. And I'm using a contrasting thread because I wanted you to be able to see the stitches and how even it is when you use that guide from the blind hand foot. So see, even though it's a blind hand foot, it doesn't have to be, and by the way, there's needle down as well, so you can lift and turn and then continue sewing without even skipping a stitch. So just because it's a blind hand foot doesn't mean I have to use it for blind hands. I can use it to put on a pocket.
Darlene, have you seen those little placemats where they do the denim pocket and a denim placemat and then put the forks and the knives and the napkin in the pocket?
Very cute.
That's what you're creating right here. Again, those really clever ideas. You say, I want to do that idea. And now you've got the machine to be able to do it.
Yes.
That's so cute.
And look at the even stitching. Putting this pocket on. Look at this even stitching here.
Now,
I'm
why
using
is that
blind
important
hand
with
foot.
electric machine? Because you do get more consistent results.
Well, you do, and because it's factory set, so every time you push that button, you know exactly what to expect.
Yeah.
Unlike a mechanical where you have to set the knobs and dials and take notes and make sure you do it again the same way the next time. Now, we've been having a lot of fun with the darning embroidery foot, and what you really appreciate about this foot is that it has a bigger opening than any of the other ones that we've shown. Check it out. Check out the area. It's really large. So you can see the area, and you're going to have so much fun. Now, this is a little kind of a wild thread painting project, but it's fun, and it adds texture, and it's a great practice piece. So I'm going to go around. You know what? I've got to speed this up a little bit because I think we're not going to have time to get through all the feet I've tried to show. So just by going around, you're putting texture and the veins in the flower petal. You can do that on the leaves. You can make your own. If you want to do landscape quilts, stippling, this is called thread painting. You can texture with this. And you want to drop the feet, and then you see how large that hole is there. That's a really nice foot with a very large area to sew. And while I'm here, I wanted to show you something else. Did you know you're getting 3 spool pins? That means regardless of what kind of thread you'd like to use, you're going to have a spool pin to accommodate that spool. Like this is embroidery thread that I'm using on here, and I have the tiny, tiny spool pin on the embroidery thread. But if you're using a big spool, a wide spool of sewing thread, you'd use the wide spool pin. So it's nice that you have that variety, and I wanted to make sure you understood that you were getting 3 spool pins.
We love
so
that.
If you're starting out in the world of sewing, and you have been growing up in the electronic age, and even if you haven't, my mother's 90. She prefers to use an electronic sewing machine because she just has to push a button. No more cams, no more plastic gear parts to worry about, no more having to worry about a mechanical setting. It's all automatic, and that's what makes this such a winner in every sense of the word.
Okay, so you go that way, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to show you what you're getting.
Okay.
Darlene, you head that way because I know we have a
See you in a
ton
minute.
more to show you. First off, you're getting the newest machine from Singer. This is an awesome machine that's really going to give you tons of versatility. Remember, more stitches than we've ever done in an electronic machine. On top of that, you're getting the extension table. You're getting more feet than we've ever done. With this value alone in the feet, it's over $350 of feet. And you have to buy all that separately. That's how you grow a machine, is by adding more feet to it. You don't have to worry about that because you're getting all of this. Plus, I want to show you very quickly, we have this awesome scissor set that I love. It's for anybody, for sergers, for those of you who like to sew. I have less than 400 available. It is back in stock. It's one of the most requested items we do as an addition. You always need great scissors. These are awesome tools to have to be able to thread, to handle things. So this is for sewing machines and for serging machines. And here's your item number with FlexPay. Just want to give you a little update on that because we don't have a lot of these for the entire day. All right, Darlene, I know you got a whole lot more to show us. Take it away.
It's time to make chenille. Have you ever, it's kind of a little bit of a retro look right now, but it's really hot, and that's that chenille look. It's very kind of like fur, but it's made with fabric, rows of fabric. In fact, this was done with a batiste, and I want to show you how simple that is. There's a chenille foot that you'll be receiving with your machine today, and that foot will allow you to run rows of strips of fabric. So I cut the fabric strips, laid 4 on top of one another, and then ran it through underneath the chenille foot. And then with a little detail brush, Suzanne, I'm going to put you to work over here.
Okay.
I'm going to have you brushing out the chenille.
Awesome.
Okay,
I think
ready?
this is the most clever
This
thing.
is so fun.
This is so
Because
awesome.
it's going to bloom. It's almost like a magic trick.
Yeah, it looks
like that. So go ahead and
Like,
just
it's so cool. You get to make your own chenille.
Yeah, there it goes. How
I
cool is
love
that?
this
And then you
idea.
just let these come off.
Yeah. And you just keep, look, see,
And
see,
it'll bloom
look,
and
it's
it'll
blooming.
bloom up.
See that?
3D.
Isn't that the coolest thing? And again, it's so easy. This is easy and it's simple and it's fun, but you gotta have the right foot to be able to do it. And look, it becomes this. This will become, as she showed you, that, which is really neat. So it's fluffy and comfortable. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Okay, let's show some more.
Okay, all right. Now this is that sew, cut, and finish off the seam foot that you were talking about, and I heard your heart do a little flutter when you did that earlier.
It's like, it's like a mini serger that's in your machine.
I heard that. And it has like a little cutter in the front, and it's just chomping away, chewing up that fabric to give you that over edge. So you can see what's coming out in the back of the foot. It looks almost like a faux serge seam, and you can get some pretty decorative results with that. So even if you use this to construct, it's a great idea because it finishes off the seam on the inside. But what if you use that as an outside embellishment like we did with this wave pillow?
So cute.
Look how cute. Check out this pillow here. So then once you do all of your rows, you start sewing. Sew one to the left, one to the right, one to the east, one to the west. And the next thing you know, you have some waves. So it'll go with a nautical theme really well.
That is so clever. That's really, really clever. By the way, you get a piping foot, so you can do all the little fancy piping. And you thought, how do people do that? Guess what? You're going to be able to do that too.
Yes.
For me, Darlene, and by the way, we're getting extremely busy for this. So if you want to reserve yours, I thought for sure we do a today's special from Singer. We usually do, thousands, and we bring a ton in because we have a big long day, and it's great stuff from Singer. We don't have thousands of this at all. Actually, I was very surprised at how few we have for the day. So if you're thinking about it, you say, I need a new machine, or maybe you have a daughter or a granddaughter or someone in your life who's driving you crazy to learn to sew, please give them this machine. Look at how huge this value is. You would spend, when it hits retail, you won't get all the extra goodies that we're offering, and you'll spend $300. Just our accessory feet alone is $118, and then you start adding foot after foot after foot. They're very expensive feet. Look at that Chanel stitching foot is $39. The flower stitch was so adorable. That's a $50 foot. At retail, it's all included in our today's special, which is awesome. Because I think what happens is you get this at home, you realize it's a great machine, great machine, and then all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh, all the crazy things you can do with it.
And you say Chanel, and I say Chenille.
Oh, Chenille. Sorry, I was thinking about the jacket.
No, we could make a Chenille-looking Chanel jacket.
There you go.
Now, check this out. It's an extra auxiliary spool pin. Comes with a felt disc so that you can do twin needle top stitching. That's not what we're going to do right now. It also has a bobbin winder on the top. I just wanted to point these things out before we move on. And a built-in carrying handle. Every time we look at the machine, we notice new things. Now, I'm using a seam guide. The seam guide is going to help guide your fabric. So if you've never sewn before, if this is your first machine, you are in for a treat. I'm going to, on a straight stitch, move my tension. Now remember we said it's auto tension? It is. Unless you want to gather. So now I'm moving my tension all the way to 9. And I'm moving my stitch length all the way to 4.8. It's as long as it will go. And now, keeping my edge of my fabric next to the seam guide. And I'm going to do a little reverse stitch to get it started. And then we're going to let it rip. I have to go a little bit faster here.
That's awesome.
Now watch how it gathers the material for you. This is the gathering foot. It's a foot that attaches with that little skate key that I showed you earlier. And you can get beautiful ruffles. This is double layer too, by the way. And I used a little rolled hem foot to do the edging on this.
Because you can.
Because you can.
Right.
Hey, if you have all these feet, when you combine the 24 feet with the 100 different stitch patterns, you're going to have so much fun. Now needle up, lift, cut it on the automatic thread cutter. Look at that ruffle that we just made.
Perfect.
It's perfect. It has a rolled hem edge because we use the little rolled hem foot for that, where you get teeny tiny little designer rolled hems, and then you can gather at the same time. Now, that was single layer gathering. What if you wanted to do double layer gathering? What if you wanted to put a gather onto a flat fold? Okay? We can do that. So watch this. I'm going to start with the one that you want to gather, you put on the bottom, and the one that you don't want to gather, that you want to hold back, you put on the top. Okay, now I put my foot down. Now the needle is in the middle. I want to move my needle all the way over. Look at how the needle positions. I move my needle all the way over to the left because I want to grab as much of this top fabric as I can. This is a tricky maneuver. Okay, ready? And I'm going to lower that stitch length a little bit. We want to get back to normal. Go to 2.5. Okay, now we're ready to rock and roll. Ready? And I'm going to let the bottom fabric feed through. I'm holding back a little bit on the top. I'm using that seam guide. I'm attaching a gathered layer to a flat fold, all in one easy step.
That's impressive.
At first, you'll feel like you might need to be an octopus to do this, but once you see how easy it is to use the gathering foot and the seam guide in conjunction with one another, you're going to find that it's easy to do. Now, we're almost done. This is so cool.
That's great.
You'll get great results with this for all of your prairie skirts, your little dust ruffles. Maybe you want to make some little kitchen curtains. Watch this. So easy. Ta-da!
Okay.
Gather onto a flat fold.
And you literally can see the foot doing the magic.
You really
can.
did all the work.
It really is. And that's why these little feet cost a lot of money, because they're just brilliantly designed. And again, typically when you buy this in retail, which will not be in retail for months and months, you will spend almost $300. No one will ever have our configuration. You're getting the most stitches ever in an electronic machine. You also are getting 24 feet. We've never offered any more than that. So this machine, which is, if you're a beginner, great. You are getting a dynamite machine, but it grows with you. Now, if you love to sew, maybe you've got an old Singer and you're like, honey, I need to upgrade. I want those feet, because we all know how expensive they are. Grab them. You'll get them. They are universal feet as well. So it's just a huge value, but again, only for today. That's kind of important. We have free shipping today only, and we have 5 flex pays today only. And if you want to use your HSN card, you get an extra flex. All right, with a minute to go, 2 more machines to show you.
There it is.
These are the cutest things.
Top stitching on vinyl. You're sending those kids off to camp.
I saw this on Pinterest, making these reusable lunch bags.
How fun is that with oilcloth? Again,
oilcloth.
So much fun. And
Love
this is something the whole family can do together and use together. So you can clip it with a clothespin, or you can use a Velcro closure, which we did both actually.
And you're going through it. Oilcloth is not thin. It's not thin, wimpy material either, and it's slick.
It's a non-stick foot, and you also have a roller foot. So you have 2 options to sew and top stitch on all of those slippery fabrics, such as oilcloth, vinyl, plastic, leather, pleather, and things like that.
All right, one more machine to go in 24 seconds.
Here we go. Ready? This is the walking foot. So it's sewing multiple layers.
Like this if you wanted to make a quilt.
Yes, this is quilting, like that bag behind you.
Okay.
That's been quilted, and it'll pull the top layer through at the same rate that the feed dogs are pulling the bottom layer through, all the while keeping that batting in the middle at bay. So now you have all of the layers going through so that you don't end up with a scrunched top at the end. And it's also good for matching plaids and working with nap fabrics such as velvet and corduroy.
There you go. All right, so everything from this awesome little duffel to the entire bed, all the pillows, even the curtains, everything you're seeing was made on our today's special. It is a workhorse, it's a gem, and it's the most affordable machine we'll do all year in the electric style that has that many features. Like you might see an inexpensive machine on hsn.com, never had these kind of features ever. This is just a wow. Flex pay, free shipping, change that t-shirt if I only had a sewing machine. So we literally today have the very best, what we like to refer to as the gateway into sewing from Singer. And it's a brand new model we've never had on the air before. Last year we did a Great Today's special on a gateway model, kind of introducing you to sewing. And it had fewer features, less stitches, and was $30 more. So we've really outdone ourselves with the team of Singer. You have 100 stitches, the most ever. You get great accuracy on this as well because it's an electric machine. It's easy, easy, easy. So even if you've never sewn before and you're like, hey, I am looking for a machine, or by the time we're done, you're going, you know what? I really do want to do those projects. This is the machine for you. Now, let me show you the rest of the story because it's absolutely impressive. Not only do we have the most stitches ever in an electronic machine, you're also getting the extension table. Usually we sell that in addition to a machine. That's included in our exclusive bundle. Then we get to these guys right here, and this is incredible. With this configuration only, you're getting the most feet we've ever done. So when you start sewing with this, and then you want to progress and get more creative and try new things as you get better, you've got all the feet to be able to absolutely explode your creativity. So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to go through them really fast, and then Darlene Cahill's going to walk you through what makes this machine so spectacular. Right there, starting right there, is called the straight stitch. That's the classic. We have the zipper, the overcasting, the gathering foot, the satin stitch foot, the general purpose foot, the darning embroidery, the rolled hem foot. This is the cut hem foot, which is really like a little teeny mini serger. holder. This is your button holder. Your blind hem foot is included with this as well. Then we go up here. You get the cording. You get the zipper piping foot. The Chanel foot. Make your own Chanel. It's fabulous. The fringe foot. You get the adjustable seam guide. This is a flower stitch foot that'll blow you away. It's absolutely adorable. This is the even feet walking foot for all those slick things, or if you're doing quilting, it's brilliant. You get the roller foot, the beading foot, the invisible zipper foot, the open toe foot. You can't even see this guy down here. The non-stick foot is right there for all your vinyls. You will also get the special shank. You get the button sewing foot and the parallel sewing foot as well. Quilters, you love that. That makes it accurate. Now you also get a dust cover. You get more feet than we've ever done before, and here's just a really quick look at this incredible value. You would spend $656 to match what we're doing for today only. We also have free shipping, yay, we love that, and 5 flex pays. What's flex? It's easy. Any major credit card and PayPal, you can spread your payments out over 5 months. So that's the whole deal. We've never done anything quite so impressive before, and again,